Hello all and welcome to Crochet Designs. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we are working on this gorgeous beanie. Kind of like a surprise project in reference to our live antics on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. We have lives at 10 a.m. Saturday morning, as I just said, and 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoons. But on Saturday mornings, you, the subscriber, gets the choice to choose a color combination, and all I tell you is the stitch we're using. And I said we're using the half double crochet stitch, and the rest had to be a little surprise until you see the tutorial. So the lovely Esther from Middle Earthains chose the three colors you see here, the pink, the orange and the blue. And I told her we were doing a half double crochet stitch, didn't tell her what we were doing, but this is what we are doing. Now the reason I did this particular piece that you see right here and here and here is because we are introducing our new projects, our patchwork jumper, which is, let's try cardigan, patchwork cardigan, which is going to be a paid pattern only on my website, and also here we are, these two. Here we go. These two cardigans right here. This is the first one. How gorgeous is that? That will be a paid pattern on our website in about a month time. So let's move that out of the way. This is the one we're going to be doing on the channel in a couple of weeks' time. Get excited. And then we're going to be doing a jumper, as in a patchwork that you see right here. Similar colors, not exactly the same. Yes. What I did today was, because yours truly did this one without recording it, I had to do another one. But as you can see, one is bigger than the other. And I'll tell you why. And you're going to get a shock when you find out. They're the same ply yarn. They are a 10 ply yarn or an Aran weight or a number 4. This particular yarn is a lot solid. It is a 10 ply or a 4 or an Aran weight, but it's a solid 10 ply. Whereas the Bendigo Woolen Mills 10 ply is more of a soft, I don't know what you call it. It's a smaller 10 ply. It's still a 10 ply, but it's a little tiny bit smaller. This will, however, stretch in the wash. So a bit of a heads up there. But still, if you wanted to make the other one, I actually made these ribbing here a little longer by about one stitch or 2 stitches longer. And I'm pretty sure I did 12 half double crochets in each square of these ones here. But today we're working on just this one here. Now the pattern itself is made to fit really tight on your head anyways. However, after a couple of washes, this will loosen up, so don't stress too much if it's too tight. When we do this section right here, heads up, when you do that section, I say don't pull this thread too tight. Don't do it, because if you pull it too tight, this whole area will become very tight and it will be too tight on your head and, pull in there. We use a little bit of intarsia for this row, but for the next one, we kind of had to a gazillion ends, which yours truly, don't tell them, hasn't weaved it in yet. All right. This is one that I made last night, which oddly enough seems a lot bigger than this, and the reason is because we did a bit of carrying across with this yarn. With this one here, I did a lot of cutting because there's a lot more colors. There's only 3 colors here, 6 of them but 3 colors. 3 colors here, 6 of them but 3 colors. And with this one, there's 3 colors, there's 6 colors, and I ended up cutting each one because obviously there's 6 colors, yeah? So the difference is that's all right? Now if you wanted to make the larger size, just add another stitch to your ribbing and then add another 6 rows to your ribbing. It would be really big, so just a bit of heads up there if you want a larger size. All right, but this is the average size, which can be washed and blocked, and it will stretch as it goes along. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. All I want to say is good luck creating your gorgeous, what shall we call it, live antics beanie and color combination by the lovely Esther of Middle Earthains. Good luck, guys. Alrighty guys, we are here at the end of this row. Now yours truly forgot to mention that because we are working on uneven rows, Intarsia is not going to work on this section. If we cut the pink and put it there, then it's right on top of the pink from the bottom. So we kind of need to cut all our threads because it doesn't marry up with this next row. So what we're going to do, just quickly, grab each thread, give it a nice long thread so you can weave it in, cut it, but don't cut the blue yet because we're still working with that. Cut the gold, especially the gold because we're going to need the gold next. And then the other blue that we're not using, cut that one. And then you've got a pink somewhere here. Oh, it's caught up with everything. Of course it is. And a gold over here somewhere, right there. All right, so what you are left with, let's move everything out the way, is just the blue at the moment. All right, so what we want to do is pop our yarn over our hook and start our blue, but don't finish it. Grab the gold, or in your case the orange or whatever color you chose for your piece. All right, now this set here is going to be a little different. Okay, so we're just going to do the first 3 rows as normal. Okay, so just pull your thread through like so. Give that tail a bit of a tug, just passing it forward because this is the wrong side of your work. Yeah. All right, now you're going to slip stitch into the top of your pink. It's very tight. There you go. Slip stitch into the top of your pink, pull the loop through, chain 1, take out your stitch marker, turn your work. All right, so now that's the tail end. Hello. Come on, Mary, you can do this. Now we're going to pop our first half double crochet in that first stitch, like that, popping your stitch marker in there. You hear a funny noise in the background, guys. It's just my eggs boiling. Oh, my hard-boiled eggs. Okay, so you are going to do your half double crochets. Am I really too close? Sorry, guys. You're going to do your half double crochets across your blue. Now, if you are only using 3 colors like us, this is what your next color will look like, and you'll start to see a little rainbow effect on your work. All right, gold until you get to the end. Drop the gold, grab the pink. Okay, so you're going to go like this. It'll have blue, 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 gold, 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 pink, pink, and pink. All right, I'm hoping that this is making sense. So grabbing your pink, not the threads, don't grab those, you don't want those. Come on, Mary, one job you have, let's go. All right, so grabbing your pink, pulling that loop through. Now you're dropping all your threads behind you in this one because this is the right side of your work, yeah? And then you are jumping straight into that very first gold with your pink. Now it can be a tad confusing. No, it really is too close. I'm doing really badly with the recording today, guys. Just bear with me on this. I don't know what's wrong with me today. What is wrong with her, they're saying. So do your pinks all the way across your golds. I'm going to go real fast because I just want to show you the next join, and then I'm going to let you head off on your own. Yes. All right. So one more. I'm going to leave that one for a minute. All right, so can you start to see that look? Pink, pink, pink. Gold, 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 yeah? And right at the very end, you're going to add a blue, 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 blue. All right, so your very next color, pink, pink, pink. And if you're not sure what it is, it's just the last color on your next side. So your blue should now move here. It's like it's moving up one. All right, so now you're going to use your blue. And here, your yellow is going to go there on top of your blue. And then here, pink, pink, pink. And then on the last one will be your blue. So what I want you to do is just continue in this row, get to the end of this row, and I'll meet you back here for some instructions. All right, continue it, get to this part right here, and I'll meet you back once you're done. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of this row. Now if you're anything like me, you still have a blue attached here, and it's attached to the right side of your work that I forgot to ask you to bring forward. Alright, so what we're going to do is cut that. It's my fault guys, and I do apologise. And we're just going to grab a needle, a sewing, darning, weaving needle, and we're just going to, let's do this. All right, we're just going to pop it through somewhere, but just give it a gentle tug and just pop it in a little space, not in the stitch. Don't split it here because it's the front of your work. Just find a little stitch there and just pass it through. Making sure you're not going through any threads at the back, and just pass it through so it's gone, and you can weave that in later. All right, so now that that's done, we are going to finish off this row. Let's get a nice close-up right there. It's probably too close, sorry guys, I still can't get it right today, can I? Now we're going into that stitch right there to complete it like normal, any other row. Whoops, I nearly did chain one. I'm not going to do that. We're going to slip stitch into our gold, pull the loop through, pull it through to the loop you are in, take that out, chain one, and what are we doing? Turning our work like normal. Start your first stitch. Oh, I'm so far away, I'm sorry guys. Start your first stitch right there. Grabbing your little doodah here. I had to use blue, didn't I? Whoops. Sorry guys. Whoops. Go into doing your very next stitch. And your next, and so on and so forth. All right, you know the rest. You've done this a few rows before. I'm a bit of a disheveled mess here, sorry guys. I need you to do 2 more rows, and altogether you need 3 rows complete, because on our 4th row we are going to start decreasing. Okay, so what I want you to do is do 2 more rows, and I'll meet you back here once you're done. Alrighty guys, we are here at the end of our 3rd row for this set. Alright, and now what you're going to do is slip stitch like normal. So everything's normal at the moment. Take out your stitch marker and just tighten it up a little. Chain 1, flip your work like normal yet again. Now in this row, in every set, we're going to decrease 1 in the middle of our set. All right, so first thing we're going to do is put a half double in your first stitch like normal, and pop your stitch marker like normal. Nothing has changed there, and that's your 1 half double. And do 1 in the next, 2 half doubles, 3 half doubles, 4 half doubles. All right, now you're going to do 5 and 6 together, and then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches across. There are 2 ways to do the half double together. Yarn over your hook, pop it in the stitch, pull a loop through, hold it there. A lot of people do put a yarn over the hook and then go into the very next stitch, but I find it gets a little overcrowded. The yarn over your hook, pop it in the stitch, pull a loop through like normal. I actually do pop it in the next stitch without doing a yarn over, and pull it through. And someone said to me, oh, don't do that because it's slip stitching. But you know what? It doesn't fill it up too much. So let's try that again. Yarn over the hook, in the stitch, pull a loop through, into your next stitch, pull the next loop through, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. If you want to do the other way, where it's yarn over your hook, you'll end up with 5 loops, and you need to put your hook through 5 loops. All right, just heads up there if you want to do it that way. Now we're just going to half double all the way across like we're doing a normal row, which we are. My yarn's caught, sorry. Into the next, and into the next and the next. Come on, Mary. Pass it forward, grabbing your pink like a normal row. Everything is normal except the middle stitches are getting decreased. So lift it up like normal, in the stitch like normal. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you are doing your 5 and 6 together. Pull a loop through, 3 loops on your hook. In the next stitch, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and off you go. Or 5 if you want to do that yarn over your hook the second time. Yeah? And off we go. Off we go. All the way across. Let's do that one more time. Pass that forward, bringing up your gold. Oh, I've left that too loose. Pull it through, like so. Lift up into the stitch, like normal. 1, 2, 3. My yarn's getting all caught. 4. And what are we doing here? 5 and 6 together. And then off you go, completing your set. All right, I'm not going to show you anymore. I think you know what you're doing. You're going through each set. You are popping 5 and 6 together in each set. When you get to the end of this row, you should have 10 stitches in each set. And what have we got? 6 sets. You should have 60 stitches left. All right, so continue in that manner. Get to the last stitch and I will meet you there once you're done. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of this row. I'm going to do one last stitch there, like normal. Slip stitch to slip stitch to join in there. Pull that loop through, chain 1, take that stitch marker out, and flip your work. All right, so we are going to do another decrease row, but this row we're going to decrease at the 2nd and 3rd stitch and the 3rd last and 2nd last stitches. All right, so let's first do 1 half double right there, like so. Pop your stitch marker in there. This is going to split this one. Oh no, it's not too bad. There we go. And these next 2 stitches you're going to do the 2 halves together. So start it, hold it there, jump into your next 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and then do 1 half double, 2 half doubles, 3 half doubles, 4 half doubles, and in your next 2 stitches you're going to put those 2 together like that. And on your last stitch, you're going to start your half double, drop your old colour, add your new colour, pulling it through and doing 1 half double, copying that, yeah? So on your 2nd and 3rd, you're doing 2 together. And then you're counting, after the 2 together, you're counting 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're putting those 2nd last and 3rd last stitches together. And then you're doing 1 last colour. Drop it, pick up your blue, pull the blue through into the 1st stitch, 2 and 3 together. 1 and 2, the stitches together, count 4 across, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once you get to this stitch here, whoops, finish off the 4, hello, you do your last 2 together, And then you've got your very last stitch right there. Drop your blue and start on your gold. Now I don't need to show you the rest of the row. I'm pretty sure you know what you're doing. 2 together, count 4 across, 2 together, last. The same all the way through each set. Get to the end of the row and get excited, guys, because we will be changing back to our pink for the rest of the tutorial. So get excited. Complete this row and I'll meet you there once you're done. Alrighty guys, when you got to the end of this row, you would have had your 2 together there. You would have had your 2 together there and you would have had 1 half double left, which you need to do a normal half double in, which is okay because we're slip stitching. We're not joining any colours there. However, it's not okay. We're going to take that last stitch undone because we are changing back to our pink. This is close off time. Okay, get excited guys, because we've been working very hard for very long. We really have. All right, so take that last stitch undone, do your 2 together like normal there, and as you start your blue, don't finish it, drop it, grab a pink. Now what you're going to do, and if you're anything like me, you've got yarn everywhere, you're going to cut one of the pinks and use one of the pinks, right? Because you have to cut all the threads in a minute anyway, but I just want to bring that pink through first. Well, that's really close. Sorry guys. There's close and that's too close, yeah? So grab your pink, pull your thread through like so. Just give yourself a tail. Hold it in the back of your hands there, slip stitch into your stitch marker stitch, pull the loop through, pull it through to the loop on your hook, take out that stitch marker, chain 1, don't lose a stitch like I just did, turn your work, just give everything a tug at the back, your blue and the pink, and in that first stitch you're going to pop a half double crochet and then stitch marker back in. The stitch is really tight in there. Whoops, there we go. And then best row this one, half double, half double, half double, and you guessed it, half double, and half double and half double, and hold it there for a minute. Notice how I completed the stitch. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You should have 8 half doubles in each colour on this row. So 6 8s, you should have 48 stitches left. And what you're going to do before you continue, you are going to cut all your threads. You won't be needing them anymore. Oh, except the pink one here, don't cut that one. You're using that one. All right, so you're cutting everything. Don't mind me, I've had to look at that bit of yarn chicken. I had to add it in the last row. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? With that colour, because I didn't cut enough before. That's what you do. All right, so make sure you're leaving nice long tails that you can weave in. Yes? Oh, I think we're done. That's it. We're done. No, there's a gold here. Hello. And there's a blue here. We won't need any more of those colours. You are working on your pink from now on. And the best part about this row is that it's just one full row of half doubles across. Oh, I'm the wrong way around. Hello. So what you're going to do, I just dropped the stand there, guys. All right, so what you're going to do, as I was trying to say, straight from your blue there, you're just jumping straight into your very next colour. You don't have to pick up this thread and carry it if you don't want to. You're going to need to weave that in later anyway, so it's up to you. And you're just going to do your pink all the way across your row. Get too excited. That is my line, isn't it, guys? I say it for everything. Get too excited. Mind you, we still need to do the reduction rows, and they're happening now and over the next 3 or 4 rows. So there's our last pink, and all we're doing, if you want to tighten your yellow up a little bit, you can, and we're just jumping into the yellow. We're not carrying any yarn or pulling any yarn up. All right, so I'm going to let you continue that, finish that row, and I will meet you back here at the end of the row once you're done. Alrighty guys, so here I am at the end of the row. Just pop in all your tails so they're out of the way for now. Alright, and what you're going to do, blow this up a little bit more. What you're going to do is just pop in your last stitch like normal. You're going to slip stitch into the stitch like normal and pull the loop through like normal. And even though, let's chain one first. Even though we're using the same colour now, I still want you to flip your work. The reason being is just to keep in sync with the rest of the pattern, yeah? So in that very first stitch you come to, you are popping a half double crochet, pop your stitch marker in there. Now you should still have 48 stitches per row. I don't know if I mentioned that, I might have, but anyway, there you go, like so. And in your next 2 stitches, you're going to do that infamous decrease. You like that? The infamous decrease. One in there and there together, yarn over, pull through 2. In your next one, a normal stitch. And in your next 2, a decrease. Next one, normal. Next 2, decrease. You're seeing a picture here. 1 normal and 1 decrease all the way across your row. 1 normal and 1 decrease all the way across. And there's your next normal. All right, so I'm not going to sit here and let you watch me do that. I would like for you to do a normal, decrease, normal, decrease, normal, decrease all the way across your row. Get to your last 2 stitches, or actually on your third last stitch, and wait for me there. Okay, go ahead and do that now, and I'll meet you there once you're done. Alrighty guys, so here we are at the end of this row, and what has happened is it's given us 32 stitches in the round, and you're thinking not yet, but it will in a minute. I said to get to your last 2 stitches, you've got your last half double in there, and you're going to do these last 2 stitches together. All right, so half double, 2 together, like that, and then slip stitch into the stitch with your stitch marker in it. Take out that stitch marker, chain 1, turn your work. Okay, a change of pattern now. What we're going to do is jump into that first stitch. Remember, all this is a slip stitch and everything, so don't jump into any of that. You're jumping into that first stitch right there with a single crochet, okay, like so. Pop your stitch marker in. Guess what? You're doing a full row of single crochets. And what I'm going to do is not get you to head off on your own. I'm just going to pop this on fast for you, and off we go doing our full row of single crochet. Single. Alrighty guys, we are at the end of, oh, so far away. We're at the end of our row, and there's a stitch right there. And if you did your calculations right, your stitch count would not have changed. You would still have 32 in the round. Alright, chain 1, turn your work, get ready for a massive change. You are going to do in these first 2 stitches 2 single crochets together. Pop your hook in, pull a loop through, hold it there, pop it in your next one, pull a loop through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, pop your stitch marker in there though so you can see the end of the stitch where it is at the end of the row, because that can be tricky. Yeah, and then in the next 2, being careful because you are still in this stitch here, so don't pop your hook in there. Go into the next single crochet and the next one with your 2 together. Don't make them too loose and don't pull too tight. Don't go in that one because you're in there. Jump in your next 2 with single together. Notice how I'm tightening them up a little bit because they're a little loose. All right, so you're doing that all the way across, making sure you are going into the right 2 stitches. Okay, making sure you don't go in there again. You're jumping into the next one and the next one. Get excited, guys. We are on home stretch. Yeah, 2 and 2 together, home stretch. I'm not going to sit here and let you watch me do this. You're going to do that until you get to the end of the row, and I will meet you at that stitch marker once you're done. Alrighty guys, where you should be at the end of this row is having 2 stitches left. Let's get a close up. So we're in that stitch there and we've got our 2 left, and then you've just got some knotted section there, which is normal. So you go into the first and into your second, complete the stitch, slip stitch into the stitch with your stitch marker in it, chain 1, flip your work like normal. Oops, take out that stitch marker. So flipping your work like normal, you should actually have 16 single crochets in the round. Yes, we are going to single crochet the first 2 single crochets together, like so. Now this is going to be a very trying, tight row, so be wary about that. Okay, and you're going to end up with 8 stitches at the end of this row because we're going to single crochet 2 together through the whole row. So off we go, going straight into the next 2 together, and that's your second stitch. Going straight into the next 2 together, your third stitch. Straight into the next 2 together. I'm going to tighten it up a little, your 4th stitch. It's real tricky. 2 together. 5th stitch. We can do this. 2 together. 6th stitch. Almost there. 2 together. 7 and 2 together. Like that, right near the end, which is your 8th stitch. And what are you going to do? You're going to slip stitch into that stitch right there, chain 1, pull up a loop, and let's have a look at what we have. Okay, here we go. And what you have right now is, oops, sorry about that, is that. You've got like a gazillion and 1 ends, so I'm sorry guys, you're going to have to weave those. We'll just hide them so they don't see them, right? What you have is those stitches, all those threads there. Your beanie does pull a little, and it is a little bit tug around here if you didn't loosen that area when you were doing it. So just be wary of that. Don't stress too much. If your beanie's a little tight, once you wash it once or twice, it'll loosen up. Just a heads up there. But there you go. All right, so your beanie is made to be a little tight because of all the joining. So just be wary of that. And as I mentioned throughout the tutorial, you needed not to pull things too tight because we didn't want it to be, you know, really extra tight. So now you've got this little doodah thing right here. What are we going to do with it? We're going to do a quick row of single crochets. So, oh dear, where do we join it? There. We slip stitched, chained 1, and now we're going to turn it and do a row of single crochets, and off you're going. I'll pop this on fast for you, and off we go. All right, and there you go. Oh, I forgot to slip stitch it. Hello. I even forgot to put the stitch marker in, as you do. I think I've got one more there. Hello. And there you go. All right, so slip stitching. Let's pull out the loop here so I can see it. I should have put that stitch marker in just into the very first stitch that you see. Let's get a close up. So you can see, there it is, right there. That's your last slip stitch, guys. Pull it through to the loop you are in. Yay, yay. Lift up a thread, give it a cut, get too excited. All right, so now grab your little needle, your sewing, darning, weaving needle, thread your needle, and what you will have is, whoop, that. Did you like that? Whoop. I can't take me anywhere. All right, so you see these little stitches? All you're going to do is pop your needle in one stitch and through the other one next to it. In to the next one, without splitting the yarn, through to the other one, into your next. I don't even know how many times I've gone through now. Through to the next, I think it's still only one. In through to your, I think that's it. But I'm going to go there through there anyway. Okay, and all that's done is give it a tug and it closes up your little space. Then you get your needle, put it straight into the center. Yeah. Pull your work through to the inside, pull that needle through, and you are going to spend a few seconds weaving this thread in and out of this area anywhere you like. Let's bring it up again so you can see. All right, so anywhere you like. We are flat bang in the middle for now, so pick a section you want to weave into. I'm just going to start from here. And it's going to be a little tight and a little difficult, but that's the name of the game. And that way you know, whoops, that way you know that's never going to come undone when you keep weaving through. This way, and that way, and this way, and that way. All right, just about 2 or 3 times, maybe 4. Yours truly is a little bit of a stickler, as you know. If you're joining us new and you didn't know it, I'm very fussy with my ends. I don't like weaving in ends, but I'm extremely fussy with them. So I make sure, even though I don't like them, that they're done perfectly. All right, I think that's plenty, don't you think? It's like a gazillion threads. You don't need that many. You really don't need that many. Bit of a giggle on my expense there. All right. And that's that. And guys, don't forget you need to weave in these gazillion ends. Now you know how to do that because we showed you in the beginning how to weave down the bottom. So your job now is to weave in all these ends until you have, let's pretend they're all done. Shh, don't tell anyone. Move everything out the way. Let's get excited, guys, because your unusual, and I call this an unusual, patchwork beanie is now complete. The biggest decision you need to make now is where to put the button. Your best bid is to find our starting area right there. That's where we started. How you can tell, you can see the little tiny bit of a knot there, but see how the line is not too noticeable? Yep. Flip it. That's the middle of your beanie, right? When I did this one here, and so you can see it right here, when I did this one here, I was very fussy on colour choice. Now the reason is because I have the jacket or the cardigan to suit it. As you can see right there, how gorgeous is that cardigan? Oh my gosh. And even using the same button, okay, as the cardigan so that I can, mix and match my outfit and wear it as a set. Now, if you wanted to make this particular beanie and that jacket, I will have the patterns to those items on our website at www.wowcrochetdesigns.com in about a week's time for the beanie and in probably a month's time for the cardigan, all right, or the jacket, whatever you want to call it, all right. So that's that. That's that, and that is that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and do all those wonderful things that you guys already do for me. And if you're joining us new, don't forget to subscribe, guys. We have a lot of fun, and join us on our lives so that we can have our live antics and choose a color combination, or you, that is, as the subscriber, can have the opportunity to choose the color. I'm trying to move everything out the way. Can choose the color combination that we are using for our tutorials. A very special thanks to Esther from Middle Earthains for her choice of color. Thank you so much for watching, and ciao for now.